In the compound effect, I recall the story of how almost 2 decades now, I was asked to be a partner in a new startup venture. I invested a considerable amount of money into the deal and moved from where I was living in South Beach, Miami at the time, all the way back across the country to San Diego, California. I worked tirelessly on this venture for nearly 2 years. Later, I found out that my partner had mismanaged our bank account. He used a considerable sum for personal expenses, which is called embezzlement, and squandered all the cash. I lost nearly $500,000 and those 2 years of my life. I could have sued this partner, but I didn't. In fact, I ended up lending him more money later for a personal situation that he was in. The bottom line was, the loss was my fault. I had to remember, I'm the one who agreed to be his partner without doing enough due diligence on his background and personal character. And during our time in business, I was the one not inspecting what I was expecting with the financial management. Oh, sure, I could have justified it by saying we had different responsibilities and I trusted him to do his part. But the truth was, I was guilty of being lazy. Lording over financial details is not something that I like, so I actively avoided it. That's naive and not smart. So not only had I made the choice to start this relationship and business, but I also made the choice to ignore obvious red flags and warning signs along the way. The laziness and the blind eye was totally on me. Because I chose to not be completely responsible for the business, in the end, I was completely responsible for the results. And when I learned of the wrongdoings, I chose not to lose any more time fighting it. You see, I learned long ago that if you spend time fighting something in the past, you are not only walking backwards, you are also no longer moving forward. Now your losses are compounded. Instead, I licked my wounds, I learned my lesson, and I moved on. Again, not out of taking any moral high ground, but because it was the most productive and financially prudent thing to do. In hindsight, I'd make the same choice, to pick up and move on again. In fact, I've had to do so in many other instances since. So Darren Daily community, I ask you, where in your life are you maybe fighting something from the past that is preventing you from moving forward? Where do you need to just take responsibility for your part in the situation and just move on? No matter what has happened to you, take complete responsibility for it. Good or bad, victory or defeat, just own it. Know that in some way you contributed to making it happen or allowing it to happen. By what you did, like what I did in starting this endeavor with this person, or what you didn't do to prevent it that I could have, like being more responsible for inspecting what I expected and overcoming my laziness and looking into the warning signs more. Even if you don't believe you have any responsibility in something that has happened, know this: you are now responsible for how you respond to it and hopefully move on from it. My mentor Jim Rohn said, the day you graduate from childhood to adulthood is the day you take full responsibility for your life. No matter what, in every situation and every circumstance, take responsibility for your part. So declare today as graduation day. From this day forward, choose to be 100% responsible for your life. Eliminate all of your excuses. Embrace the fact that you are freed by your choices as long as you assume personal responsibility for them. It is time to make the choice to take control. Think of one thing that you are mad, upset, or resentful for. Know that you played a part in making that happen. Take ownership, move on. You up for it? Today, just one thing. Figure out which, own it, and then give it up. Write it down in your Darren Daily Journal and tell us about it in the comments below. What's the one thing that you will own up to once and for all? I hope you took away something valuable from today's video. If you did, remember to like and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this one. To ensure that you stay on track, I recommend finding yourself an accountability buddy. So to help you, I'm going to give you access to some of my best video training and resources. Just click the button on the screen to get started.